Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where we will build a minimal coding TypeScript AI agent using Vercel AI SDK and MongoDB Atlas. We're going to show how much code is needed to create a fully functioning reasoning through a reasoning loop AI agent that can also reason over a context of data that is coming from our Atlas database. All of the code is available in the Gemini showcase repo, and I will link the code in the description below. As you can see, I've already loaded our agent UI on the screen, and it's a web UI. And the main purpose of this agent is actually taking our brand book guidelines and reasoning through the guidelines and answering any questions or any help I need with writing scripts, content, or any communications that will align with our branding guidelines. So for example, I can ask, what does MongoDB brand book say about humor? And as soon as I launch that, I can see that tools are being used to answer the question. One of the tools is search documentation, which is actually accessing our database to get context from MongoDB Atlas. Now, all of this magic happens using this two-loop agent class from Vercel AI SDK, and it's really nice because it's allowed me to write minimal code but still have the flexibility and the control to build really powerful AI agents. Let's review the code. So this is a Next.js application, which means that it has a specific structure and a specific set of dependencies in order to work. Now, the dependencies that we need in order to make this project to work is the AI SDK, which comes from AI and AI SDK Google. Gemini will be our LLM that will power this AI agent. And we also need the MongoDB driver to access our MongoDB database. Once we install these dependencies, we'll need to set up a set of keys, right? So we have our Google Generative AI API key, which we set under this variable. And we have our Voyager AI API key, which is served as our embedding module to allow us semantic retrieval for our RAG agent. And finally, we'll need to specify our MongoDB URI, which is the connection string to our Atlas cluster. If you're familiar with Next.js projects, we can see that we have a specific structure. The application frontend will sit under the page TSX file, which is mainly a TypeScript React-based page which will construct our UI, and I am using AI elements from Vercel, which allows me to quickly form our very nice UI for our agent. Next, we have our lib configuration. The lib configuration consists from MongoDB TS, which is our main file that defines the connection to our database, right? It's a very standard code where we initiate a client through the MongoDB driver and export the client to anyone who wants to use it. Next, we have our agent TS, which is the actual agent structure. Here we're using the two-loop agent, which I've shown before. And it's really easy to set it up because we need to pass it a model, a set of instructions, and tools, which we'll elaborate more in depth in a second. And finally, we need to specify the number of steps we allow a turn to take. So meaning how many steps can an agent reason through until it returns a response. It doesn't have to do all those steps, but it's the maximum number of steps. And finally, we're just gonna return that agent. Now, this agent is gonna be called from an API route. And in Next.js applications, under the API folder, we can set up our API routes. So in this case, it's a very simple API route. It's a post to an API chat route, and it basically gonna just pass our agent and the set of messages back to the UI. So basically, we're gonna execute the agent, and we're gonna just stream the response back. Great, let's look at the set of tools. But before we look at the set of tools that we're going to provide to the agent, I want to talk about the ingestion script. So the ingestion script allows us to run an npm run ingestion and basically insert those documents and then use our Voyager AI to create embeddings. And why is that important? Because as soon as we will ingest the data, we'll actually create our context, which is the brand book, we embed, meaning that when the agent will need to have specific information about a section in our branding book, we can semantically search and retrieve the most likely or the most similar documents based on meaning. And this is where the embeddings come in play, because using the embeddings array, we can search a vector space and find a query vector, which is whatever the agent wants to search, and how similar it is to each section of the branding book. In order to do that, we're using a vector index that we've created. So we've created this vector index on our embedding field, right? This whole thing happens within our project automatically based on the script. All right, so now that we know how the context looks in the database and how we set up the agent, we can look into the tools. So the tools we define are actual functions. So for example, search documentation is wrapped in this tool object, and it has a description, it has an input parameters, and then it basically just goes to our MongoDB collection and performs a vector search, right? So it basically takes whatever input it gets the query vector, so basically the query embedding, and pass it into a vector index. And this is what allows the agent to execute this database search and get context back, right? Once we get the results, we just map them and structure them in a format that says, this is the section, this is the relevance score, and this is the content. So this is the amount of code we need to create an agent, right? That has a set of instructions, get an access to a model, and then gets tools like searching our database to get the context back. Now we can, for example, ask the agent to summarize and sort by priority all the bullets that is important to know about our brand book, right? And as soon as we launch it, we see that the agent just searches different things and provides us with like the most important principles and all the bullet points, right? And it takes it from the context from our database. And now we can obviously expand it to have additional tools like accessing external systems, running different calculations, or actually accessing different MongoDB collections. But definitely the amount of code that is needed to form this agent is very minimal, right? It's basically a bunch of like 10 lines in within each file, and it's very modular and it's very expandable. So hopefully this one was interesting and beneficial to you. You can get all the links in the description below. Comment to this video and share it and let us know what you think. Thank you.